You have come home, international students, especially those that are just coming in September. Don't start to think you can solve anyone's problem. I remember in terms of, people maybe back home requesting or asking you things, and they may not start now. You may not start getting those requests now. But guess what? In the next few months, when you think you're getting to a point of stability, you may start receiving these things, and it starts small, and then before you know, it's so significant that you cannot keep up, and because you've already started, you find it difficult to say no. And so I would advise, don't start what you cannot finish, because honestly, probably cannot finish this. I was talking to students that I took out the other day, and I was telling them about money and money management. If you think about it, sometimes somebody is like 2K. I'm just making, for example, 2K, you may think this is not a law. I'm just going to open a bank account. Again, obviously essential. But once you have anything coming in regards to the jobs you're doing, your 20 hours, just be sending it to your uni. As soon as you take off your accommodation and your feeding, your general maintenance, the rest, let it go to your uni. If you have £100, well, that's one thing students don't know. That university, although there's payment plan and they ask you, pay 2 times a year or 2 times a semester or whatever, you can actually pay before that. So if, for example, you have £5,000 to pay in the next 3 or 4 months, you don't have to wait for the next 3 or 4 months to come before you start paying into the uni's account towards that £5,000. Meaning anything that comes in, you take your own expense. If you have family with you, for example, you're doing the MRS or a PhD, you guys plan, take out what you spend in a month in a very, 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 very minimal way. Obviously, you're not lavishing and, splashing cash and all that. You take what you need, the rest, just let it go to the school. Some people, like I said, would wait until that £5,000. No, if you have £200, send it in. 150, send it in. £50, it doesn't. I think schools will even take £1 if you send it. But you send it in and it just keep accumulating until when you get close to that amount or that time where the full amount is needed. And then okay, we've paid 2,000 so far, we paid 3,000 so far. And then you're able to negotiate or even pay off the rest. Or even sometimes you've paid it off before that time. It depends. But if you keep this money in your account and you're thinking, okay, I've saved £500, and then somebody comes and asks you for £10 or £20, in your mind you're thinking, oh yeah, this is important, £10. Let me just before you know it, there can be several £10, £20 and whatever pounds that comes out of that. Hey, you may not be able to meet up. So don't let that money be in your possession. And the way to do that is, you already know you have this amount, this installment to pay in January. Those that are in September now, most schools, they expect you to pay one installment in January. Just take that money as it's coming in, whatever. Even somebody dash you £20, there are some uncles we have, maybe you have an uncle in the UK or cousin abroad, US or somewhere else. They say, oh, you're in UK, okay, take £20. Just direct it to the uni and let it go. So this is my advice. Don't be caught unawares, because these things can creep up. Because a lot of us have good hearts. You just think, oh, let me just do this. And you keep squeezing yourself and pushing yourself and inconveniencing yourself. And there's nothing bad in inconveniencing yourself, because some of these people you're supporting also inconvenience themselves at some point for you, and that's fine. But you being in the UK, your tuition is an essential part of how you can remain in the country legally. So that is something that should come first. And so, yeah, make payments towards and be a bit selfish. That's what I'm saying.